Hey everyone, today we are going to make this awesome theme switcher for your ShadCN projects. It comes with 15 predefined themes, and you can also add your own to give your projects a fresh look and feel each time you switch. I'm sure your users will love this personalization feature. And along with that, we are going to see the complete process of creating a high quality NPM package out of it. How to set up the build process, how to test it locally, and how to publish it to the NPM repo. So this is going to be an information packed video. I'm sure you will learn a lot. So we start by creating a folder for our package and initializing the package JSON. It is important to set the name and version of this package from the start. An optional description, and since we are making a library, we need to be specific about our exports. These files will be published to the npm repo. We are going to separate the main package from the themes. Since themes are like an add-on to this package, it can be imported separately or not at all, as the developer might use their own custom themes. These keywords will make it easier to search and categorize this package on npm. And finally, our GitHub repo information. Now let's install our required packages. We need the Radix UI primitive for the switcher component and some icons. For development and build tools, we are going to use tsdown for bundling our library. Make sure you use this compatible version since we are also using a plugin to auto-inject our CSS directly into the bundle. It is optional but improves developer experience for our package, so they don't have to manually import the CSS files. Tailwind CLI for building the CSS and React with TypeScript. Once this is done, we also have to specify some peer dependencies. Since we know these packages will already be there in a ShadCN project, we can skip bundling them into our package so it stays lean. Then do a final npm install. Now configure TypeScript. The main things to set here are these. Next is the tsdown bundle config. Specify entry points for our package. Enable type definition. Clean the dist folder before every build and add the CSS plugin. Now do the same for themes bundle. But change the target directory to themes. The Tailwind CSS config file is going to be a little different than what we use in a normal project. Now this is important as the name suggests, since we are building a library, which means we need to scope our CSS to our package only. We do not want our styles leaking out and accidentally breaking the user styles. This specific class scope will make sure our style only apply to our components. And since we are using Tailwind CSS 4, we have to link the config file to the CSS entry point like this. Now normally we import Tailwind CSS like this, but we have to expand this a little. This is what we are actually importing when you import Tailwind CSS. We want to exclude these pre-flight styles that are common to every Tailwind CSS project. So naturally it will be available in the user's project. This will reduce our package size and avoid any style conflicts in the user project. Add these styles for the smooth transition of the themes. Now everything is configured. We can add the build scripts. Bundle with tsdown and run the CSS build script. We're directly using the Tailwind CLI. Just pass the input and output paths. You can also use this dev script, but it's not very stable. First, define what a theme actually looks like. Including support for Google Fonts. And lastly, the theme modes we support. We need some utilities too. The standard class name util required by ShadCN UI components. And we need our own Google font loader for loading those theme fonts. It is just going to build up that Google font URL and append it to the document using the link tag. But before that, make sure this font is not already loaded. Now let's move on to the core of this package, the useTheme hook. This will be utilized in the switcher and directly available to the developer as well. Need these keys to track the local storage and events we will be using. Start by defining some helper functions. I forgot to set the types for this. The main hook will take an initial default theme. Now we have to make sure this runs fine on server-side environments like Next.js2 before using any browser-specific features like local storage, since we'll be saving the current theme for persistence. On theme change, simply apply the new theme. Now I will add something a bit advanced, that is cross-tab synchronization. So when a user changes the theme in one tab, it should instantly update in all other open tabs. This sync function will handle it. Confirm the event type before changing the theme. It can be a local storage event too. and set up the event listeners and dispose them when unmounted. Now this is the setTheme function that will be exposed to the developer. Update the local storage and dispatch the theme change event with the new theme. We are going to do something similar with the themes mode too. So I will copy this over, change the keys and events name. We'll need few helpers here too. This will provide the current system theme. Now the theme modes can be light, dark or system, but we require an effective light to dark mode. Using the theme class to toggle the dark mode. Apply the user system preference by default. Apply the mode on change and make sure it is also listening for the system preference change too. So when the user changes the preference on the system, it would react to it as well. The synchronization will work the same here. Same for the set mode. Let's also provide the effective mode to the developer. Okay, so the core logic is done. We just need our switcher components now. For that, we'll use the ShadCN select component. Search for the select component. Use manual installation. We already have this Radix base installed. We just need to copy it. Fix the utils import. Now we can proceed. Now remember to wrap everything with the scope class we set up earlier. First define the available theme modes with their icons and labels. The same code can be used in the switcher as well. But the themes will be coming from the developer. We need the effective theme mode also. You will see why in a minute. Currently, we have to manually apply the theme fonts on theme change. We cannot do that inside the useTheme automatically, since it only has the information about the theme name. We can fix this in future releases of this package using React context, but I'm currently focusing on simplicity and ease of use. One more thing you can do is show a preview of the theme color palette. We can do that easily. Let's use these 4 main color variables that will be present in every theme. Here, we will use the defective theme mode to adjust the colors. Now display these 4 variable colors. Simply set the background to the variable. Apply the theme mode using the class name and theme using data attribute, because our themes will target the data theme attribute to apply the styles. Now you can add that palette as a theme preview. Make sure the scope class name is there, otherwise our CSS build step would skip this component. I will apply it to the content as well. Now our core package is complete. We can add on it with some themes. I have compiled these 15 themes from the TweakCN collection, and the developer can define their own themes using the same format. And it will need the config that can be passed to the switcher. The weight should be optional. You have to define the font names exactly how Google names it, otherwise they won't load. Just need to couple it all in our entry point. Make sure the CSS is also there. The components, hooks and types. The themes will be exported separately. And now the moment of truth. Let's see if it builds. If you look at the dist folder, the index will have everything coupled. The CSS inject is working. Your components will look like this. All the Tailwind styles we used will be scoped inside this class. So importing this into your project would not affect other styles. The transition for theme change should apply to all. I think these have to do with the ShadCN component we used. The themes are in their separate folder. We can publish it to NPM right now, but before that, let's see how we can test this package locally. I will just come up with a ShadCN kitchen sink project so we can check every aspect of it. Okay, our test project is ready. It would have all common ShadCN components so we can better test our themes. Now to use the package locally, we use npm link. Then we can use it in any local project like this. Make sure to use the exact same name. But one thing about using npm link is that you can encounter issues with React version mismatch. To eliminate those, set the alias for React to use the current project's version, otherwise it may resort to the linked package version in some cases. Now we can start using the package. We kept it simple so the developer just need to import and start using it. No need for additional setup. By default, the ShadCN theme will be set with system mode. Now let's preview the themes. fonts are working too. Now I will show you the cross-tab synchronization. If you remember, we did some extra step for this feature. It would also work for the system theme preference change too. Okay, so when everything works as expected, we can prepare for publishing our package. We are not going to publish the source as only the dist folder is required. Ignore the config files too. I will also be publishing it to GitHub. I'm thinking I should export this theme CSS too. Although it is injected into the themes index, but in case the developer needs it separately. And finally a readme that will also serve as a documentation for this package. I have this generated by AI and it's already reviewed and edited. Let's create one account on NPM because to be honest, this is my first time publishing a package too. So you will see the complete process. I will speed up some parts during editing. Login with the NPM CLI too. Check if it's logged in correctly. To check which files are going to be uploaded, package bundle size and all, you have to do a dry run. I should run it in package, not app. Build it just to be sure the dist is updated. Okay, so we are sure that only these files will be published. And this will be the package size. Most of it would be themes, but it would be handled using tree shaking by modern build tools if not used. Okay, it looks good. We can publish it with public access. Okay, it looks like two-factor setup is required to publish. Let's quickly do that. Okay, it is finally done. Let's verify if the package is available. Looks good. Let's see on web. Okay, great. So this is my first ever NPM package. I will post it to GitHub after this video. Just to be 100% sure, let's test this package in a real project. This is one of my projects I'm currently working on. This is how it looks currently. I will follow the docs. Okay, so it defaulted to the ShadCN default theme. I think the color for this sidebar is hard-coded. This is all dummy data by the way. These themes should look good without any additional config, given that no hard coding for the colors are there. I might have to adjust some things in my project, but by default, if you're not hard coding anything, the theme variable should apply and each theme should look fine. So that's about it for this video. All links will be in the description. Do use this in your projects and let me know how it works out. I will bring more videos like this, so make sure you're subscribed. I will see you in the next one.